Hello, YouTube. I have closed the Twitch stream in the interest of internet because I'm hosting the server. And forgot about that. We'll be starting the race shortly. I just do a final little bit of housekeeping with the drivers, and then your regularly scheduled programming will resume. So just please stand by. The audio is going to be muted when I mute to address the drivers at times. Don't worry, we'll be starting soonish. I will, when you're ready, I will type the countdown and we will go. Here we go. So the race is underway. We have Ice leading. Dara immediately diving up the inside to take the lead in the first race with Group B from round 1 of the Toby Miata Cup. This will be a 45-minute race around Laguna Seca between these 7 talented drivers, talented-ish drivers. So we'll hop on board with Dara as he leads the race. Yes, we are racing Miatas. So Dara leads. Oh. Followed by Mark, followed by Snow, followed by Fiona, followed by Delta, followed by Ice, with Orange at the rear. So let's go on board with Delta as they head up. Let's see. Small amount of contact there. But Fiona holds their position. So in the lead, Snow, Dara, all of them kind of messing up the corkscrew. Dara goes through to take the lead. It's a close fight at the lead. Snow outbrakes themselves and forces Dara off track. Again, failing to brake in time for the final corner. Dara leads at the end of the first lap, followed by Mark, followed by Snow, then Fiona, then Delta, then Orange, then Ice. as we see the field is slowly spreading out. Oh yeah, Beam's having moments. With solid orange and ice falling behind the rest of the field. Mark's slowly starting to pull away at the front now. Dara having issues, losing several positions. On board with, I believe this is orange. Getting up the hill as Fiona goes to make a move past Dara, but Dara goes defensive. Side by side, Dara stays ahead. Fiona goes deep into the corner. Can Orange get this move off? Going through the corkscrew. Orange makes it past Fiona. Keeps it inside the track limits. The corkscrew. Dara, once again, being French and cheating. I believe still Mark leads, followed by Snow, then Dara, then Orange, then Fiona, then Ice, then Solid. Delta, I believe, has retired from the race. Oh no, they're there. They were alongside Fiona. So Mark, followed by Snow, followed by Dara, followed by Delta, followed by Fiona, followed by Ice, followed by Solid Orange. Okay. The field's still relatively close for now. Ice keeping those little pop-up headlights up. Ice has lost a bumper, it appears. Or part of the bumper. They're choosing to drive with the top down. Dara taking some damage to the side here. Seems to be running relatively comfortably in third position. Bit of a slide through there. Delta has a good exit and has a run on Dara. Will they make it past? Ooh, close, but not quite. Not quite. There's the start-stop line. On board with the leader now as they head through the corkscrew, nice and clean. They seem to be having a relatively comfortable time of it. They've got a good lead now, over 100 meters away from P2. They may run away with it. On board with Orange, behind Dara. Dara going slightly wide into the dirt, losing some speed. Hello, Martin. Welcome, welcome. We go through the final corner. Dara going wide. Orange gaining massively on Dara. Yes, there we go. And we see a little flash of the headlights. Just checking with the rest of the field. Snow running in second, relatively comfortably. Again, long way off first position, but holding a decent position ahead of Dara. Solid Orange, unfortunately running at the rear of the field. The extra wide tyres, not the answer. And Fiona running in fifth position as Delta battles with Dara up ahead. The teal and the red. Little purple Miata with the lid down. Whoa, much better exit there than Delta. Can they make a move into the next corner and take position? Dara goes very deep into the sand and Dara crashes into the barrier, losing their bumper. Let's Ice passing Dara. Let's hop on board with Dara. They appear to be injured. They're gonna have to pit for repairs. We have 38 minutes left of the race. Nobody at the start-stop line. Here comes the race leader, Mark, down through the start-stop straight again. Holding their lead, pulling further and further away from the rest of the field. So Delta running in P3. Snow in P2, it appears. Very close here between P2, 3, and 4, it looks like. So as we see Dara exiting the pits there, Ice seems to have had a puncture, resulting in a spin. Let's see if Dara can recover their position. Mark, the leader, still way out in head. Just passing through the corkscrew now, heading down towards final couple of turns. Delta, Snow, and Fiona still very close. We'll see who finishes where. All three of them very easily spaced here in the battle between P3, P4, and P5. Orange a long way back in P6. Dara behind, and Ice right at the back of the field after their puncture, slowly making their way back around to the pits. Orange Ghost's wide tire. Orange wide tires seem to be causing them to have quite slow speeds through the corners. Dara's slowly catching. Delta and Snow side by side up the hill. Small amounts of contact. And Snow is into the sand. Has lost their bumper. We'll have to review the footage there to see who's at fault, but that looks like just poor race etiquette there between Delta and Snow. Snow trying to squeeze Delta off track, it appears, and has paid the price. Fiona gets a good run on Delta here. If they can keep it clean, they could take P2. Race leader now a long way ahead of everyone else as Delta and Fiona battle for P2. Snow appears to have forgone pitting. We'll see if their damage causes issues for them. Ooh. Neck and neck now between Fiona and Delta. Delta breaks a bit late and locks up, but is just able to stay ahead. But Fiona manages to get the switch back and take P2. Delta appears to have minor amounts of front bumper damage, probably as a result of their contact with Snow from earlier. Ice firmly at the rear. Not a lot happening with them, unfortunately. Dara slowly gaining on Solid Orange after their pit, their crash earlier in the race. There you go, there's the start-stop. Nothing there. Mark out in front, just cruising now. They've got no competition. They're just having a lovely grand old time as they head through the corkscrew. What a great drive from Mark. Wrong button. Fiona slowly pulling a gap over Delta now, over almost 50 meters ahead. Delta does appear to have a bit of front bumper damage. I wonder if that's causing them to lose speed. As Snow gets a great run up the hill behind them. Delta going wide and then deep through the corner. And contact there between Snow and Delta. These two really are racing each other as hard as they can. Delta locks up and Snow goes straight through in a great overtake there as they continue to hunt down P2 again. Still with minor front bumper damage though. So they head through turn 1. It appears that Fiona may have had a minor mistake there, as Snow now has closed the gap significantly. Delta is pitting for damage after their contact with Snow. There is 31 minutes left of this race, so it's still all to play for. Well, obviously not will win. I think Mark, unless something goes terribly wrong, has got that on lock. But the battle for P2 could be a close one for some time. Solid Orange maybe it just isn't able to capitalize on Delta's pits to take P5, but is close now, so there will be a battle there. Although they do run wide into the sand. Dara, again, relatively close behind there. Right on board with Orange and see how things looking as they chase down Delta up ahead. Not as good an exit there as Delta slowly starts to pull away. However, they're able to maintain their gap with Dara. Let's hop on forward with Fiona. Fiona seriously making a mistake through the corkscrew, allowing Snow to make it through and take P2 of the race. It's not over yet, it's all to play for. There is still half an hour of racing left. Fiona sending it deep again into the sand. Fiona and Snow relatively evenly matched as they fight each other for P2 for that second step of the podium. Yeah, I mean, this is spec Miata racing. Everyone is running exactly the same machine. Ice still on their way. In fact, it appears that our race leader Mark is slowly starting to approach our back marker Ice. We may, hopefully, there is no contact as they pass later in the race. We don't see a major upset from the back marker. Delta seems to be holding their position over Orange. Snow seems to have even more damage. I seem to have missed this, but their bumper now seems to be fully dislodged. Can Fiona catch them? Fiona's sending it slightly deep through that corner, losing time there as they go out into the dirt. As we head up the hill towards the corkscrew. Both drivers making it through cleanly. Fiona getting a much better run through there, closing the gap to Snow. But Fiona takes the corner deep again into the dirt, losing time, but is able to close up under braking by braking later. They have closed their gap slightly after their earlier mistake. It still seems to be relatively close in the battle for P2. let's head on board with Solid Orange as they head into the pits to repair for damage, I believe. And then they take their stop. A little bit of confusion there over the regulations for pit stops, but everything seems to be cleared up now as they head on out of the pit. Dara able to now gain a position thanks to Orange's pit stop. Board with Fiona, we see them still trying to regain P2 from Snow. They get a much better run through that corner. As Snow touches the dirt, loses some speed. I believe Snow's extensive damage actually has caused them to shed enough weight to make them slightly lighter, giving them advantage in a straight line. However, they seem to be struggling to consistently take some of these corners. As they head up into the corkscrew. Snow making a minor mistake, costing them time as Fiona gets through nice and clean. Seems to be just a clean. Ooh, but there's Snow going very deep into the dirt there. And Snow heads into the pits. Snow has entered the pits. Fiona will take P2. You see Ice at the back as Mark slowly continues to close the gap to our back martyr here. Back martyr? Okay, yeah, back martyr. I'm sure they won't be punted. Still showing off beautiful front pop-up headlights as they just enjoyed their time here at Laguna Seca. Dara making small amount of contact there with the barrier. They appear to be inebriated whilst racing. This can only end poorly for them. They may have lost their opportunity to be able to hunt down Delta, unless Delta chooses to pit. Orange seems unable to capitalize on the mistake, though, by Dara, as they are just too far back. Mark continues in the leads. Fiona has made it. Fiona still holds on to P2, now with almost 200 meters of lead over Snow. We've had 20 minutes of racing. We have 25 minutes remaining. We're hearing chatter from the drivers that it appears that Dara may have spilt beer on their desk. I will keep you posted on this development. So far, all drivers are on the lead lap. Ice is able to hold their position and keeping a consistent distance in front of Mark. It appears that we're just going to get some nice clean racing for the last 25 minutes. Let's check in with Dara. The inebriated Frenchman heading through the final turn onto the start-stop straight. Here's the start-stop line. Doing its job wonderfully. Back on board with the leader, who continues to gain time on the back marker, Ice. We may see in the next 25 minutes a pass for the first lap of the series. On board with Delta, who is running in P4. Seems to be a bit too far back to catch Snow, although Snow seems to have had a slow time through this corner, so they may be able to gain on them to get a good exit. Unlikely, though. Everyone seems to be relatively evenly spread out now. Head on board with Snow, running in P3 as they make it down through the corkscrew. With the open top Miata. Sending it a little bit wide there, but managed keeping it within track limits. Can they make it clean through this corner? Car seems to be a little bit inset there on corner entry, but they make it through cleanly. As they hold on to P3 comfortably. Now we ride with solid orange, rolling in P6. Their extra wide wheel span strategy turning out to be more of a hindrance than a help as they head through the corkscrew, losing a lot of time with a very poor entry into this corner. On with our P2 driver now, Fiona, in the, again, open top purple Miata. Everything's going fine here. They appear to be nursing a little bit of damage to their door, but overall they seem fine. Still a long gap between them and the race leader, though. It's unlikely we'll see them challenging for P1. But they do appear to comfortably be able to hold on to P2. Yeah, Ice, the back marker, seems to be doing okay, keeping their position. Dara seems to be doing fine, just holding on position, keeping it clean. They might be, Mikey, that's entirely possible. It appears the drivers are currently discussing Napoleon and the Napoleonic Wars as they race. Truly a bizarre turn of events. Snow in P3 seems to be not making much headway on gaining on P2, but is also able to keep... seems to be able to keep their distance from the pursuing car. Now with 20 minutes left of the race, it appears we won't be seeing any more position changes. As we ride on board with P2. Let's check in with our back marker. Back marker appears to be pulling away from the leader. Has the leader had an incident? The leader appears to be okay. I think they just did a poor run through a corner. Small lockup there. So they make it through. Delta taking an unconventional line, but mostly legal. It appears that Fiona has had an incident and taken damage, losing P2 to Snow. So now we get to see a battle for P2 again. Fiona attempts to hunt back down their lost position. Let's stay on board with Fiona with their cracked windscreen. See if they're able to hunt down P2 with 18 minutes remaining. So how is everyone watching from home doing? Are you all enjoying this spectacle? It's very close. Can we see Fiona make a move on Snow? There's only 20 meters separates these two cars. Ooh, Snow getting a bad run through the corner. Fiona getting a far better exit. Fiona, though, not having as good a run through there. As we enter the corkscrew. Both drivers going slightly deep on the corkscrew, losing time. Let's check in with the rest of the field. I still in the rear, yet to be lapped. Dara just running on his own. Race leader still continuing to hunt down the back markers. Delta running in P4. Too far back to really be in the fight for it. Snow continues to defend. Snow getting a really good exit there towards the end of the lap and able to pull a decent amount of distance on Fiona now. We'll go on board with Orange as they continue to run in P5 with... No, P6, sorry, they're behind Dara, it appears. Ice closing massively on Orange. They may, in fact, be losing their position. Fiona slowly closing up on Snow again. Can we see a move happen this lap? Snow locking up slightly there as they enter the corkscrew. I don't think it's going to cost them much time, though. Ooh, Snow again messing up this corner. Taking it a bit tight. I will just inform drivers of the amount of time remaining. So Fiona making a move up the inside. Are they able to hold on to the position? Yes, they are. They make the move and take P2 back from Snow. We'll watch to see if they're able to continue to defend the remainder of the race. 14 minutes remaining. We will see. Let's hop on board with our back markers. It appears that the race leader will be going for a move on solid orange, our current back marker, very soon. In fact, we may be about to see, not quite, although I predict in the next few corners we'll be seeing a move. Orange courteously letting our race leader through as the first car is lapped, as they now hunt down Ice to lap a second car. Snow cutting the final corner, but has taken the position from Fiona. Let's see. We'll watch these two closely. The battle for P2, very close. Fiona, small incident. The snow goes wide into the dirt. Fiona, Snow making a serious mistake, going wide. Fiona takes P2. Fiona running with a lot of damage here on this machine. Fiona takes and secures P2. Ice goes wide into the dirt and is passed by Solid Orange. Dara cuts corner slightly, but it has no real impact on the race. You see Orange fly past the start-stop straight. The race leader just on their own, just having an amazing drive. Delta Nova in P4, defending from Dara as Dara slowly starts to close the gap. Let's hop on board with Dara and watch them as they hunt down Delta. Delta spinning, and Delta spins out. Dara takes P4. Delta appears to have no damage after that spin. Delta heading into the pits. Delta may get lapped now in the pits. Snow attempts to hunt down P2, trying to take it back from Fiona, although he's got a lot of work to do, closing an 80-minute gap. Solid Orange seems to be in last place. Ice seems to have overtaken them. Mark slowly hunting down to lap Delta. Fiona making a mistake and spinning, resulting in Snow taking P2 with a large margin now. I find it unlikely that we will be seeing these two fighting again for the end of this race, as we have 9 minutes remaining of the first race of round 1. Track limits being loosely followed this race, each driver taking their own interpretation. Snow appears to have had a bad run through this corner, losing a lot of time to Fiona. Delta cuts the corner slightly as the race leader approaches for the lap. Snow holding P2 over Fiona. I don't see them much happening there. So let's get on board with the race leader as they go for the lap on Delta. What are the rules? It's a simple set of rules, Martin. Everyone is driving the same vehicle, and it's a race. Whoever wins, wins. See, can Mark make it cleanly past Delta? They have no reason to push for the overtake. Delta taking a lot of curb there and getting some air. And the race leader laps another car. Delta is now a lapped driver. Snow holding cleanly onto P2. It's a shame that Fiona is incapable of racing without crashing. We will see. We have 6 minutes remaining of the race. Hello, Leo. Welcome. We're currently riding on board with P2 in this race. In fact, whilst we're at it, we'll go through. So, in the lead, we have Mark, who is leading this race, who has just lapped Dara to take another driver a lap down. P2, we have Snow. P3, we have Fiona. P4 is Dara. P5, Delta. P6 is Ice. And in last position is Solid Orange, who made a few mistakes with their setup, going for the wide tires, which has really not assisted them in their race, as they lock up, going wide, sliding it into the sand. It's not been their race. It's not been their race. Dara has lost out on P4 to Delta. As we enter the 5-minute remaining mark. Wide tires work for a drag race, however, there are corners around this. Yeah, that does appear to be the case, Leo. Delta goes really deep into the dirt. Dara may be able to make a move here to take back P4. Dara takes the inside line and moves up into P4. Dara takes P4. Now, can he hold it for the remaining 4 minutes of the race? Can our resident Frenchman hold on to P4 to get some crucial needed points for this early stage of the Miata Cup? Dara seems to be able to slowly pull away from Delta now. It may be it for Delta. Delta may have missed out their opportunity for a P4 finish. Let's head back to the stop line as we see Fiona crossing the line once again to complete another lap as they attempt to hunt down Snow to take back P2. So we head on board with our race leader, Mark, comfortably out in the lead now, having lapped peak positions 7 through 4. Only unable to lap P3 and P2, although they do appear to slowly be closing the gap. However, I don't think they will close the gap in the remaining 2 minutes, 45 seconds. Snow in P2. Holding on to P2 comfortably. But probably a large gap. As long as they make no mistakes, they should comfortably finish P2. Orange has been lapped by even more drivers now. Being lapped by P2 and P3. With 2 minutes remaining of the race. And here we see our back marker lapped by 3 drivers now. It's all over for Orange. They're finishing last, unfortunately. Fiona continues to attempt to hunt down P2. Dara spinning, losing out on P4 to Delta. That's it. It's all over for Dara. Dara losing not only to Delta, but also losing position to Ice now. Dara falls down to P6. That's it for Dara's race as we hit the 1 minute remaining mark. Let's watch as our race leader comes through with 1 minute remaining across the line. We will ride on board with the race leader for the final minute now. It appears Dara has taken back the position from Ice. They may be able to catch Delta as we head on board, as we head on board with the race leader. I will inform the drivers that this is their final lap. The race leader crossing the line to finish the race in P1. Delta crossing the line. Dara crossing the line. We will hop on board as we see the last couple of cars make their way through the corkscrew. Hi, Martin Watt. You see the last couple of drivers ending their driving. So our final running order is Mark in P1, Snow P2, Fiona P3, Delta P4, Dara P5, Ice P6, and Orange in P7. That is the race over. Drivers will have their in laps, and I will go and prepare to end the race. For the stream as well was in P1, we have Mark taking a very comfortable victory. Snow finishes P2. Fiona, P3. Delta, P4. Dara, P5. Ice, P6. And then Orange with the very unsuccessful wide tyre strategy in P7. That is it. That is your final race order. We will now have the second group prepare and get themselves ready for the second race. So everyone, please stand by. So the drivers are just having a 5-minute quick practice session around the track, and also opportunity to go and get drinks and go to the toilet, etc. in advance of race 2. So it should be 5 minutes, guys, and then you get to watch race 2. So the second race is underway. Iris immediately going wide off the track limits. Great start there. Seems Scotty had an issue at the start. We'll head on board as Orange Ghost makes a move to get into P2, but doesn't quite, so holds on to P3. So, start of the race we have Idusa leading in P1, then Stanty, then Orange Ghost, then Nareth, then Iris, then Scotty as our back marker. Let's pop on board with Iris now. We watch a little rainbow of colours heading up the hill. It appears Nareth is going to try and make a move on Orange Ghost. I am not racing Martin, no, I am the... Oh, very close, but Nareth makes it past Orange Ghost. Very close. As we head up into the corkscrew for the first time. It appears that everyone is able to keep it within track limits. No, Nareth sends it deep and spins. Nareth spins. Nareth drops down to P5. We only have 6 drivers in this race. We have 2 absences rather than 1, like in the last race. So at the end of lap 1, Edu leads in P1, followed by Stanty, followed by Orange Ghost, followed by in P3, followed by Scotty, P4, Nareth, P5, and Iris, P6. Orange Ghost and Scotty both doing a slight slide as they head through the corner. But it appears that we're going to be running relatively clean for now. Orange Ghost taking a little bit too much curb there and going onto 2 wheels. Iris is managed to make it past Nareth. Iris now in P5, Nareth's in P6. Scotty very close to Orange. Scotty may be able to make a move here to get past Orange. Scotty goes for a move up the inside through the corkscrew. Not quite able to make it, but he's still very close, right on Orange Ghost's bumper. Let's hop onto the interior cam with Scotty. Scotty had a rather poor qualifying starting, so they started quite far back, but they are a rather talented drivers, so they are expected to make up a lot of positions. They have done so. We'll see if Scotty can make a move here into turn. No, not quite able to get up the inside of Orange Ghost. Scotty right on Orange Ghost bumper now. We may be about to see another overtake. Feel free to place your bets now. Stanty spins and into the dirt. Orange Ghost takes P2, Scotty P3. Edu now has a significant lead over the competition. We may have another race with a very clear winner. Noret's not cheating, Martin. I think that's a bad bet. Scotty has a very good run for the corkscrew there. Noret's quite clearly in P6. Edu out in the lead. Stanty took significant damage to their vehicle. They will have to head into the pits to repair that. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Orange Ghost continues to defend from Scotty. Ooh, it's close. Very close fighting here for P2 between Orange Ghost and Scotty. As Iris sits quite comfortably in P4. Noret's inherits P5 as Stanty has to pit. Scotty takes second place after a it appears that there was an event queue that happened mid-race. Scotty running in P2 now. Edu P1, Orange Ghost P3. Dante in P6, Noret's P5, Iris P4, Orange Ghost P3, Scotty P2, and Edu P1. Right. We'll ride on board with Orange Ghost. Ooh, Orange Ghost going deep there into thing, allowing Scotty to pull away. Scotty had a minor issue at the start. They didn't have their chat open, so they couldn't see the countdown, so they didn't see the start. So they dropped from starting P4 down to the back off the start, but then they have recovered up to P2, partly because of Stanty's accident, costing them a position, and their spin. And they've been able to battle their way past Orange Ghost. We'll see if they're able to hunt down Edu before the end of the race. As we approach the 10-minute mark of the race. Iris running in P4, kind of on their own. Scotty gaining on Edu after Edu makes a slight error after exiting the corkscrew, and so we may see a change of leader in this race. Edu making a mistake into turn one, sending it quite deep, allowing Scotty to gain a massive amount of time there. It looks like we're going to get our first battle for P1 since the very start of the first race. Edu appears to be nursing a minor suspension issue. This may cost them the race win. You'll see. It is a marathon, not a sprint, so there is still 35 minutes of the race remaining. It's all to play for, though. I think you might rightly. I think we do need to quickly emergency deliver coffee to Edu. Edu, as they head side by side towards the corkscrew. Scotty carrying a tremendous amount of speed. It does appear that Edu has damage and is not going to be able to defend P1. Scotty not getting a great line for the corkscrew there. Edu still holding very close onto her bumper. As they head into the penultimate corner of the lap. It's the closest racing we've seen all day so far. Scotty getting a better run through the final corner and is able to just pull a bit of gap between himself and Edu. It appears for now that Scotty is in the clear. We see Iris in P4 quite a long way back, Stanty even further back, and the Nereths trailing behind right at the back of the field. It truly is just a battle between first, second, and third. But we will see. Anything could happen. There's 33 minutes left of racing. Who knows? Let's check on Nereths again, rocking the frog popped up headlights as they cruise along at the back of the field. Please, everyone, place your bets on how long we're waiting before we see Nereths lapped as they spin out on the final turn. Edu in P2, trying to chase down the lead. It does appear that they have a little bit of steering damage as they are pulling slightly to one side. Just may have to pit to repair the damage. Edu is going into the pits to repair damage. Orange Ghost is going to take P2 as Edu pits. Edu completes a pit stop. He's not going to lose position to Iris as they're too far back. Maybe out of the running for P2 or P1. Stanty running in P5, quite a long... Orange Ghost in P2. Right on with P2, Orange Ghost, as they try to eat into the time of Scotty. Let's see if Orange Ghost can make a dent in Scotty's time. It appears everything is going to stay probably quite spread out for quite a while now. Everyone is pretty much evenly gapped out. Really, it's just going to take a mistake by someone to cause any changes in the running order now. Let's hop on board with our race leader as they lead the race. As long as they make no mistakes, Scotty appears to be in with the win. appears that our race leader is... Scotty heads through the corkscrew as they slowly approach Noretz at the back Miata. Noretz at the back of the field. Probably going to get lapped within the next 25 minutes, I would say. Edu seems slowly be gaining an orange ghost to challenge for P2. Iris, Stanty, not too far back to really be in the play. Edu slowly approaching Orange Ghost. They seem to be closing ever so gradually, lap on lap. Scotty just pulling away again, a lot like Mark in the last race. It seems to be a very, very clear victory again. Orange Ghost sends it very deep into turn one. Edu is able to capitalize and close the gap significantly now. So, if Edu can keep it clean, there's a good chance that they could take back P2. Edu gaining massively on Orange Ghost there through the corkscrew now. We could be seeing a move up to P2. As we approach the 20-minute mark of the race, it does appear that Edu will be making a challenge for P2 before the end of this race. Nice seeing you, Leah. Hope work goes well. Edu is able to close the gap to a little bit. Nuretz has been lapped by Scotty up at the front. We'll see. Orange Ghost locking up slightly there into the entry of the corkscrew. Edu continues to push to try and catch Orange Ghost. It's very close in the battle here for P2. Orange Ghost getting a much better run through the exit of the final corner there, able to pull a bit more of a gap on Edu. Let's go check in with the rest of the field. Stante running in P5, still a long way behind Iris in P4. Orange Ghost approaching Nuretz for the lap. Nuretz is going to be lapped by a second driver very soon into this race, it appears. We'll stay on board with Orange Ghost. We'll see how Na is able to hold up for the remainder of this race. Nuretz goes wide and deep. Orange Ghost sliding a little bit through the corner there. Edu appears to have gone deep into the sand. So not able to capitalize quite as much on that mistake by Orange Ghost as they could have. But it is closer now. Right then. Edu gets a very good run through the corkscrew, able to close the gap quite a bit on Orange Ghost now. It's very close between P2 and P3. Edu again getting a bit of a poor run through the final turn. Losing a little bit of time to Orange Ghost, but it's still incredibly close in this battle for P2. Orange Ghost making a bit of a mistake through turn 1, losing more time to Edu. I think we will be seeing this move up for an attempt by Edu for P2. We'll see. No progress yet by Edu. We'll see. Ooh, Edu hitting the sausage curb quite hard there, getting a bit of air and losing some time. Hopefully they've not sustained any suspension damage. Let's pop onto the interior cam as they go into the corkscrew. A slight corner cut as they go too deep has cost them some time on Orange Ghost. It is still very close in this battle. P2. Nareth appears to be in the pits. It appears Nareth's retired from the race and won't be continuing. Can Edu make a move up into P2? Minor lockup from both drivers there. Edu getting a little bit of a better run though through the turn. Edu clipping the sausage curb there and setting the car slightly. It's very good run through that corner, though. They may be able to make a challenge up the hill if they can get a better exit. But Orange Ghost sliding slightly into the corner, losing some time. We'll see if Edu is able to capitalize this lap. A very aggressive line through that corner. As we head up towards the corkscrew on board with Edu. Do a bit of a mistake there through that corner, losing a bit more time to Orange Ghost. Still able to keep it close though. It seems they've lost a bit more time. Stanty appears to be closing the gap to Iris now. We may see a change in position at the rear of the field. Stanty could make a move to take E4 in this race. The ref's obviously retiring from P5, from P6, still in the pit. Scotty has a very large lead now out in front. Orange Ghost continues to drive defensive, trying to defend from Edu. As Edu slowly does seem to gain a little bit of time. Again, another questionable corner entry there, but they seem to be okay. As Iris now seems to attempt to hold on to P4 whilst being chased down by Stanty. We'll see how this develops in the remaining 16 minutes of this race. Scotty now just comfortably a long way ahead of everybody else in P1. Seemingly just out for a Sunday drive. It seems to be almost no challenge for Scotty. The ref's very dead here in the pit lane. It appears that Orange Ghost may have made a mistake and allowed Edu to get through. So Edu takes P2. It seems now we'll hop on board with Stanty as we see their attempt to try and take P4 from Iris. Now, very close behind Iris as we head onto the start-stop straight. See how this goes. Very close to the wall there. I believe they avoided making contact. Well, that's not a move you want to make and screw up. Stanty getting a brilliant line through that turn there. Able to gain massive times on Iris. Now, Stanty riding on Iris's bumper. I think we'll be seeing a move very soon now as they get a great line through that corner. They move towards the outside. And they head up. Stanty taking the inside line as Iris goes wide into the dirt and Stanty takes P4. Orange Ghost heading down the corkscrew, seemingly okay with no damage as they maintain on P3. Iris riding in P5. Scotty in the lead now with a very large gap to Edu behind. It appears that the field now is incredibly widely spread. I find it unlikely that we'll be seeing any changes in position now for the rest of this race without someone making a mistake. Edu sending it wide through there into the dirt, losing a little bit of time, although Orange Ghost is too far back to capitalize. Stanty again having a just perfectly clean run through turn 1. We see the start-stop straight, just empty. Nobody. Hop on board Orange Ghost as they head through into sector 2. Taking the corner a bit tight there and going through the dirt as they slowly start to head up the hill towards the corkscrew. Too far behind Edu really to be challenging for position at the stage of the race. Scotty holds onto their lead very comfortably. Scotty with a slight lock up there going into first turn. Edu, so as we slowly start to approach the 10-minute remaining mark, the order is as follows. Scotty leading, followed by Edu, then Orange Ghost, then Stanty, then Iris, and then Narex, who is a corpse in the pit lane. Just ride on board with Stanty for a little bit. There's about 12 minutes remaining of the race. We'll see how things develop, but it appears to be that very little is going to happen. Stanty goes a little bit wide there. Again, though, Iris too far back to capitalize. The field incredibly spread out. Let's hop on board with the race leader as they head through the final turn. This race is rather boring to commentate. It's just everyone sitting. Narex somehow catapulted their car onto the start-stop straight. Edu is in P2. Let's just appreciate the driving for a bit, I guess, and we'll see if anything happens. Good opportunity for you to hydrate. Yeah, you know, I will hydrate, Martin. In fact, I'm gonna go downstairs and get a new coffee whilst you watch Edu racing. As we see Edu still running in P2, very little happening. Hop on board with Stanty for a little bit, running in P4. Ooh, crossing over slightly into the pit exit there, but it's fine as they make it through. Little lock up into the final turn. Everything appears to be okay for them. Orange Ghosts driving quite comfortably in P3. The Iris is just comfortably driving along. We'll head on board with the driver. So with 7.5 minutes remaining, it appears the field is going to be making no changes as I look in the reverse cam there. Pretty cool. We just watch now as the race leader continues to lead. Honestly, the only way we're going to see anything interesting happening now for the remainder of the race is if Scotty has some sort of crash. I'm doing great, Martin, honestly. I'm just watching this race. Not really, Martin. Not done much, to be honest. Just been relaxing. Bit of cooking. Scotty heads down through the corkscrew. See Edu heading up the hill towards the corkscrew. Comfortable in P2. Stanty in P4. Let's look at the start-stop POV as Scotty comes by. And Scotty flies past. Start-stop. Orange Ghost heads down through the corkscrew. See Iris in P5. Just having a lovely time driving up the hill. We'll just... Obviously, Scotty heads down through the corkscrew. The drivers are now bickering quite extensively in the driver's voice channel. It is not appropriate for stream, so you won't be hearing it. Many expletives are being thrown back and forth now. It's the foulest of language. Incredibly foul. We've just passed the 4 minutes remaining mark. Orange Ghost crashes out. Orange Ghost has had a major incident and it has retired from the race. It appears their controller battery has died and they have plowed into the wall. That has been a major upset in the race. We unfortunately missed that. But that is Orange Ghost out of the race, it appears. Oh no, Orange Ghost is back, but he's going to head into the pits. Unfortunate for Orange Ghost, that... As they go in for their pit, in P5, as the race leader comes on the start-stop line, Scotty is going to lap Orange Ghost as they exit the pit, I think, or although they might be retiring at this late stage in the race. With only 2 minutes of the race remaining, it's probably too late for Orange Ghost to really recover from their accident. Yeah, it appears that they've retired from the race. There's 2 retirements in this race. Unfortunate. Scotty continues to lead. In the final 1 minute 30 of the race. So, Scotty leads. Edu, P2. Stanty, P3. Iris in P4. Orange Ghost, P5, and Areth's P6. We have 1 minute remaining of the race. We will hop on board with the race leader. Scotty. Scotty heads round the final corner down to the final lap. 20 seconds remaining of the event. That's it. This is the final lap, so drivers, finish your laps. The race is over. Can Edu in P2 with damage hold off Dante? It appears she's gone wide into the dirt. Idu nursing a puncture through the final turn. Can Stanti pass them? Is a final push to the line? No, Idu is able to hold off even with a puncture. Last minute drama, but Idu finishes P2. Stanti P3 will hop on board with Iris as they finish their last lap. So Iris comes home to finish somehow in P4. Iris manages to almost crash on the final corner of the lap, trying to show off, but does not have the skill, talent, or ability to do so. And with that, Iris finishes P4. That is it for the final race. So we have Scotty P1, Idu P2, Dante P3, Iris P4, Orange Ghost P5, and Nareth P6. And that is it for the second race of the evening. Yeah, so that'll be everything from the stream today. I hope you enjoyed watching the racing. I'll be back. I'll be streaming the follow-up rounds of the Miata Cup. But I hope you all enjoyed watching these races. And I'll see you all next time. Ta-ra!